Hi friends, welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Vanessa and I make bookish videos. Today's video is going to be a full review on my first impression, a first experience with Book of the Month for the August 2020 box. Also, this is my third time filming this, so hopefully it works out. I am going to be going through my timeline of my experience, and that's what I want to start off with, just because this was the information that I found hardest to find on the internet. So just to put it into perspective for you guys, I was stalking the Book of the Month website pretty much for half of July because I knew I wanted to order in August and I was waiting for their picks to come up for the month of August. So I don't know what I was expecting, but I was refreshing every single day. And then on the 31st of July was when they posted the 5 books that you could choose from. So I went ahead and picked 2 books. I received shipping confirmation on August 1st, and by August 7th, I already had my box. So that was really quick. I don't know if it was because I ordered so quickly that it only took a week. Maybe I was one of the first ones to order, or if it normally only takes a week. I wonder if it'll be the same every month. Book of the Month is a monthly subscription box. It costs $15 a month to get 1 hardcover book. And then you can do add-ons that are $10 each. I believe you can do up to 2 add-ons. The way that you pick your book is every month there are 5 picks that are specially picked by curators that have read hundreds of books. They give you a little blurb about the book and then they tell you why they picked it. So that's a good way for you to decide which book to pick. But also, if you don't like any of those 5 books, they do have a library of previous books that they have released, which you can also pick from. For my first box, I actually picked 2 of the 5 books that were being announced. Because it was my first month, there was a coupon on the website, and I believe there's a coupon every month, so if you don't get the August box, I believe this happens every month, but for your first box, you can actually get it for $10. So my first pick was $10, and then my add-on was $10, so I ended up getting 2 hardcover books for about $21 after tax, like 21 and some change, which was pretty awesome. Let's get into my box. The first book I picked was a thriller. This is The Night Swim by Goldin. This book is a thriller. We follow Rachel, who is our main character. She actually has a podcast, so it's pretty famous. It's called Guilty or Not Guilty, where she talks about cases that have already happened. The first 2 seasons were based on murder cases. On her 3rd season, she needs to up the stakes of her podcast, and this time she's going to follow a live case. She wants to be in the middle of it, and she wants her audience to feel like a jury. She also decides that she's going to cover a rape case instead of a murder because she thinks that murder is very black and white, where with a rape case, then her audience will really have something to talk about and really decide if they think that the person is guilty or not. And she begins to receive letters from someone named Hannah, who is asking Rachel to help her solve her sister's murder, which actually happened 25 years prior in the same small town. So this book follows pretty much both of those stories very closely. Since it takes place in this small town, all of the stories just intertwine and it cleans up very nicely. I would definitely say that there is trigger warnings in this book, especially for rape, but also for victim shaming. That was probably one of the hardest parts to read. They do, since it is a courtroom thriller, we do get to see what happens while they're in court, and just watching the victim get cross-examined and watching her testify was really hard for me to read. It actually made me cry a little bit, which I was not expecting in a thriller, but I love books that make me cry, so it's okay. I gave this book a 4.75 out of 5. This is definitely a book that I will recommend in the future. It is one of my favorite thrillers that I have read. I'm being really picky with my rating because there was the tiniest bits of things that didn't sit well with me, but this is definitely a book that I will highly recommend. So if in the future you have a box that you don't know what to pick, if this is available, I would go ahead and pick this. The second book that I picked was The Unraveling of Cassie Holmes by Elissa Sloan. This book follows Cassie Holmes. She is in a girl group in a band called Gloss. At the beginning of the book, we figure out that Cassidy has committed suicide, so we are trying to figure out why. So it kind of goes in multiple perspectives. We get to see everybody's side of what they went through when they were in the band class. So we do get to follow multiple perspectives. It does also flashback to when Cassidy was alive, and we do get to see her as a narrator as well. This book actually has a trigger warning at the beginning of it because it does talk about suicide. It talks about a lot more than that. Eating disorders are very heavy in here, drug abuse, sexual assault, physical assault. There's a lot of things that go on in this book. If things like that really bother you, I would skip on this one. I did enjoy it. I feel like while I was reading it, it was kind of slow paced, but in the end it all came together. I gave this book a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I do recommend it, especially if you love a read like The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo for the Hollywood vibe of it. My last little thoughts on this is I definitely do plan on purchasing Book of the Month again, and if you are already a member or if you plan to get it, please let me know in the comments, or if you've read either of these books, I want to know your thoughts. I feel like right when you finish reading a book is like my most favorite time to talk about them because I just want to know what people feel when they're reading. I've also included my referral link for Book of the Month in the description box. With this referral link, I believe if you purchase a book using my link, then I can go ahead and also get a free book next month or a free add-on. That was my review of Book of the Month. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Thanks, guys.